Good afternoon, Assalamu alaikum, and welcome to Sports Extra. I'm your host Ahmed Nawaz with the latest roundup of sports today. Once again, we're going to be talking about current sports happening, and it has to be cricket. It's match day today. West Indies is taking on Pakistan in the first one international of the three-match series. Action live on PTV Sports from the Multan Cricket Stadium. West Indies, after winning the toss, are batting first, and after losing one wicket, they are 75 for 1. 16.4 overs have been bowled. Shai Hope on 34 not out, with Shima Brooks on 38 not out. The only wicket that fell was of Kyle Myers, and that was cotton bowled Shaheen Shah Afridi on 3 runs. If we talk about the lineup, Pakistan going with some sort of traditional playing 11 that we thought, but I think I love the inclusion of Mohammad Haris into the side. We've been talking about this since quite some time, that we want to test out youngsters. This is the right time, but at the same time we do realize that we also need to win the series to clinch those crucial points of the ICC structure as well of the World Championship. So I think they've created that balance that we were looking for, and playing Haris with Rizwan speaks volumes. Although obviously anybody could have had the gloves between Rizwan and Haris, but going with Rizwan I think is just throwing more confidence into the game, and obviously Haris will learn, and as a youngster he's got that ability to feel better as well, although Rizwan is a superb fielder himself. But like we said a couple of days back as well, that these West Indies boys know how to construct an innings, and you can't just rule them out. These new generation of cricketers from the West Indies carry that traditional aggressive demeanour, but at the same time they know how to construct an innings. They're coming with some confidence in the Netherlands, although it was a T20 series, but right now this traditional Multan wicket, and I was having a chat with Colonel Saab earlier on another platform where he said 250 to 300 should be there, but it's still not a safe score, because under lights you expect the batters to chase it down, considering how the wicket's going to behave in Multan. So a lot to talk about both the sides, everything that is involved, and we will be talking about all of this in tonight's show. But like I said, when it's match day, it's match day, and when it's match day, then you need to get out not just your best playing 11 for the team, but you need to get out your best guests as well in studios as well. Her commentary stint with the Pakistan women's series against Sri Lankan women is over. She's managed to come back home, and of course this is home as well, and she's back with us in studio, senior cricket commentator and cricket expert Leena Moin Aziz. Assalamu alaikum, how are you?
Walaikum salam, Ahmed. I'm well, and as always, thank
Welcome
you for
back. We wish we had a cake, but we're cutting down on calories.
No,
these days.
that's fine. So am I actually. Trying to. But thank you very much for the lovely introduction. Cricket commentary on the women's game was highly enjoyable. I never thought really that it would be so enjoyable, but it was, and I just felt great being a part of the progression of women's game.
Absolutely. She's been a familiar voice, but this time the glow was different. I'll be very honest, if you saw those pictures and everything on social media. And also joining Leena is cricket commentator and cricket expert with us on Sports Extra, K. Asif Ahmed. Assalamu alaikum, sir. How are you?
Walaikum assalam. I'm good, and I want to make a comment. You were saying that we're cutting down our calories with beef barbecue and the Kobli pulao as well.
Yes, that's healthy food.
That's healthy
That's
food.
healthy food. Also joining us on Sports Extra, senior sports journalist Syed Haider. Assalamu alaikum. How are you, sir?
Walaikum salam. Thank you very much for inviting me on your show.
Wonderful. You look superb as well. Looks like everybody's fantastic this day, but it's match day and the action. Like I said, if you want to watch all the action, it's live on PTV Sports HD, our sister channel, on high definition. You can catch the action there. We'll keep on updating you with the score as well. But Leena, first of all, cricket returning to Multan. Fantastic. Last time ODI played there, 2008, after 14 years, speaks volumes of how special this is for Multan.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fantastic facility. First of all, I just did the Pakistan Cup semi-final finals there, so I really enjoyed it. The pitch itself, I mean, it's low and slow. If you got a good spinner, then you can really have fun. Like in the Pakistan Cup, Yasir Shah did very well. So Pakistan has one or two very good spinners. Shadab, Nawaz and Khushdil can also bowl. So Pakistan will be in a good position as far as spinners is concerned. But Multan is a fantastic center, good to great ground, commentary facilities are great, and besides, these two teams are well matched, and like you said in your intro, exactly, I have to agree with it, that the West Indian sides are always the dark horses. And they've been playing well. A few months ago they had the series against England and they did so well. and these boys are, whether it's Mayaz or King or Puran himself, the captain, or Alzari Joseph or Akil or Powell, are very, very dangerous guys. So this is not an easy team.
It's very interesting to actually gauge this, that these new generation of players are actually putting a lot of heart into their cricket. I don't mean the previous generation was not, but I think because Asif, that age was becoming a factor of these stalwarts leaving. Gale, Marlon Samuels, Bravo himself, DJ Bravo, then of course Darren Sammy, because they were all in their twilight of their careers, and I guess that aggressive intent became the only option. But now, because these guys have youth on their hands, on their side, they actually know how to construct an innings.
That's right, but the one main factor is your T20 leagues and T20 cricket. And most of the cricketers, not only from the Wendy's, but you see all around the world, they're moving towards T20. They prefer to play T20 cricket. Even in Pakistan, I don't want to mention the names,
You can. You can.
Yeah, I can, but honestly, I just want to say that as ma'am said that, and as she's taking several names there, especially if you see the Shai Hope, playing right now, it's a tremendous innings from him. So far, he's really good with his bat. So their talent is really good. And this is the time for the youth all around the world. If you see that the Indian, they've removed Virat Kohli as a captain in T20, and they brought the youngsters. So these are the examples for the entire world, and especially for Pakistan as well. Today's match, as ma'am said that, she enjoyed there in Multan, and she's talking about the pitch that the later on you'll be getting spin and drift. If this is the case, then Pakistan will be in hot water, because we are chasing, let's suppose if we were chasing around 300, won't be easy. But according to the Uruj Mumtaz, because she was presenting the pitch report, she said that it's a heaven for the batters. Let's see, because the first part of the game, it's a bit hot. We're expecting a little bit better weather in the second innings. So might be Pakistan will be batting, and Wendy's, they will be in the field. So 300, 325 won't be easy for Pakistan.
But they made a smart decision to bat first.
Yeah,
I think just sustaining that heat was one big issue regarding this match. Not only the pitch, the ground, the teams, but the heat is an added factor that you need to take into consideration as well. Heather, what would you like to add about the game itself and, of course, the two sides? We always talk about West Indies being flamboyant cricketers, but these new generation of cricketers has really impressed us so far.
Absolutely. They are emerging players. They are doing well in the last some matches. We have seen that in Netherlands, they have played very well. They have won all three matches, and Shai Hope scored 100. Kyle Myers, he has got 100. Nicholas Puran is a very good batsman. So I think West Indies is now in the reconstruction phase, and they are trying to make a good team for the One-Day World Cup next year in India. This is an effort to get some good players and some good batsmen and bowlers. Today in Multan, this match, I think the batting is not an issue, but what is the most important thing is bowling and fielding, because in this hot weather, 45 plus temperature, to bowl and field, it's very difficult for the players. In second phase, when the West Indies will come for the fielding and bowling, I think they will have some decrease in the temperature, but now the Pakistan bowlers and fielders, really they are looking like that they are struggling with the weather. So but in the end it will be a good match today, I think.
Truly a good match, and like I said, we'll keep on updating you with live action as well. 19 overs have been bowled, 84 for 1. So I think they're going at a pretty decent rate. But because we're, said everywhere I go, youngsters 16, 17, 14 years of age will only ask me one question: how can we play the PSL? Nobody will ask about longer cricket.
Even some of the cricketers, young cricketers, they're just 20, 21 years of age, and they're sending me their videos. Could you please send them to Aqib Javed to watch the videos and call us for the PSL? So I think that there's the question, of course. And I was reading an article in today's paper, I think in Sydney News or something. They guys are worried because you know that the large amount of T20 cricket and leagues, because in January, Big Bash, then you talk about the UAE Cricket League, and then you talk about the PSL in February, of course, and then in BPL, Bangladesh Premier League. So we cannot find any sort of window for the international cricket. This is what's happening. And later on then, IPL. So when IPL is happening, no more cricket. This is what the right scenario in the ICC or anywhere. If you talk about, if the IPL is happening, no more cricket, because all of the stars, they used to go to India, and they're getting, of course, huge money, and that's why this is their monetary aspects. If you talk about the cricketers, so they do love, of course, and they do enjoy their lives as well. So and in this scenario, when we talk about the PSL Junior in Pakistan, I cannot say anything, because if you're not getting, as ma'am said, that the cream cricket is the test cricket, because we do understand that if you're playing for 5-day cricket and you're playing 100 hours game, you're playing, let's suppose, 1 day, 2 days, as we have watched in the first test of New Zealand and England. Even New Zealand was not in good touch, but we enjoyed a lot that the cricket, as you said, we were over the moon. So
tremendous test
yeah,
match.
it was a tremendous.
I mean,
so I think that if PSL Junior is happening, so we are happy. I'm happy. Why? Because
I'm happy
the youngsters, they will gonna get some chances, and if you talk about the financial aspect, yes, it will be really helpful for them. But on the other side, what we are doing for the test cricket, we aren't doing anything actually.
May I just add
Yes, please.
that this PSL Junior is a great idea.
Yeah.
What will happen is that youngsters will be able to harness their skills in this PSL Junior PSL, because it will be very competitive. So full marks to the Pakistan Cricket Board for thinking about this. But the next step for those youngsters should be playing test cricket and longer format for their countries. This should propel them, and they can polish their skills, but the next step should be playing longer format
Yeah,
and
that's
playing
right.
Qaid Azam Trophy, and then from there going on to play test cricket.
And probably that segregation that we all talk about can happen. Coming to the game itself, 1 wicket still down, 21 overs have been completed, and about 90 for 1. So they're cruising, absolutely cruising after that first wicket loss, enjoying batting. I've seen some perfect cover drives, some on drives as well, some good shots on the mid wicket by Shima Brooks especially. He was really aggressive at the start with those 2 fours to Hassan Ali initially. So West Indies are cruising. Let's just go towards a short break, but when we come back, we'll continue the discussion and discuss the game in detail as well. Stay tuned. And welcome back. We hoped that when we take a break, maybe a wicket will fall, but it did not happen. So we're back once again. That was the only reason why we saw a break would be necessary, and of course to have a sip of tea. But the fact is that they're still cruising. They're almost near 100 in the 23rd over, and they're only 1 wicket down. So they're having a ball, the West Indies team. Heather, we're talking about the fact that because T20 cricket has now taken over too much in terms of broadcast rights, in terms of revenue sharing, everything and the frequency has increased as well. That's the problem why regions like Pakistan have a problem in one-day cricket, where constructing an innings and sometimes the middle order and that mental strength needed to chase down a target of 300 or 350, which is now very common in cricket, becomes a huge problem.
Because the T20 cricket is too much right now, and the players, they have a temperament only for T20 cricket. As you know that for the one-day cricket, you need some other temperament like the test cricket. And if you are mentally prepared only for the T20 cricket to go and hit the ball and come out, so it's very really a problem for the Pakistan cricket. Even for all countries, they are playing too much T20 cricket. Actually, we have to see what is the reason behind that T20 cricket is increasing. And that's very clear that the monetary benefits are behind that. A lot of people, they are investing the money in the T20 cricket, and they want to get the result very quickly. They want to make their money double, so therefore they are increasing. But on this step, I think ICC should come forward. ICC should ask the countries who are allowing the T20 cricket. ICC has to ask about for more test cricket and 50 overs cricket. Otherwise, as we are seeing at this moment the situation, I am seeing in the next 5 years it will be no test cricket or 50 overs cricket. It will be only T20 cricket. Even the non-test playing countries like UAE, they are going to organize the T20 cricket league. So I think it's a disaster for the long format of cricket.
But Haider bhai, do you believe that because that interest is dying down and interest in T20 cricket is because of the fact, as you mentioned, of the frequency of leagues and tournaments happening, the ICC, what one change maybe that policy change can be made, that instead of having only a 50 over World Cup after every 4 years or 5 years, actually have some tournaments in between, probably a yearly tournament for one day cricket, or twice, after every 2 years a tournament for one day cricket, just to create that interest.
Exactly, exactly. ICC has to invest some for the more long format cricket. It is very necessary. Otherwise, people will have no interest for the long format cricket. If you can see the bilateral series, how much at this moment, and a lot of players, they are not playing the bilateral series like Australia against Pakistan. A lot of players of Australian team, they have gone to India and they have played IPL, and Pakistan was playing with the B-grade Australian team. That's a reason behind that. The long format cricket is going to die. ICC should make some measurements, should take some steps like more tournaments. Like in past we have seen 4-nation tournament, 3-nation tournaments, or any cup, or Asia Cup, or European any Australia Cup, like such type of the measurements very necessary at this moment. Otherwise we are seeing really a die of that long format cricket.
Absolutely. I think one thing is for sure that ever since the World Test Championship came on, there was a lot more interest into Test cricket, and the way New Zealand won that inaugural edition, and even now when we talk about any Test series, we're very particular that we need to grab those points. The amount of cricket being played between sides has come to almost an equal amount of level. So these factors will be there. But Leena, I think one thing is for sure, that to keep this form of cricket alive, and now because it's all about one days, you need a tournament, not just the 50 over one, because it's got a gap of 4 to 5 years. Teams are changing, things are happening. But I still remember tri-series in Australia, a lot of interest. Somewhere else you can have 3-4 nations playing. Asia Cup is going to be of interest if it was a one-day format. So things like these maybe can attract more people to one-day cricket.
Absolutely. I think, you raised a very good point about the Test Championship. That has sort of... Test cricket, in my opinion, didn't need a revival, but in a way it just revived it or revitalized it.
Yes, more interest came in.
Yeah, in a brilliant fashion. So that was a good move by the ICC. So in a way it safeguarded Test cricket. Whether there is too much T20 or all that and leagues, yes, that is a big problem, has to be dealt with. We all agree that ICC has to be... They have to intervene somewhere and say, okay, enough is enough. Let's just sit down and chalk out a map and say, okay, this much T20 cricket, how many leagues. And I don't think so. Test cricket is so much in danger right now. I think because of the Test Championship, it's well and truly alive. But what is in danger, real danger, is the one-day international cricket. So somewhere along the line, I feel there has to be a balance between the one-dayers and T20s and the leagues. And yes, excellent, there should be tournaments like the gentleman just said, that the Australasia Cup, which was a long time ago, by the way, but it was Pakistan won it. So it was a good, very good, something that had a lot of interest, created a lot of interest. Or there used to be Benson Hedges Cup,
yes,
of every now and then, and every time we went to Australia to tour, there will be a 3-nation tournament one day, which would attract a lot of attention. And by the way, Ramiz Raja just also, last meeting of the ICC, he did give up a proposal, and it was a very good one. But the thing is that people don't listen. When there is so much money influx and money just goes to your head, and people only concerned about money and the big markets and bullying. India, I'm not going to make any bones. India is interested in bullying the rest of the world and just making money, and so ICC needs to just get some balance. Okay, no one's saying not have leagues, no one's saying not have one-day international, just have tests. No one's saying that, but just have a balance to protect the game.
Absolutely. To protect the game is very important, but how to protect this game is also very important. The West Indies are cruising up till now, more than 108 now, still 1 wicket down. So enjoying their cricket? Windies?
Yes, in break, Sean Tate had a little chat with Hassan Ali, and Look, I just want to know that why Hassan Ali is in the side. Why Wasim Jr. is not playing. You know, Hassan Ali had
Shahnawaz Dhani.
really bad experience in white ball cricket in last couple of months. Still, you are preferring him. I don't know. Let me say,
Who's you? Who's preferring him? Who is?
that is the Babar Azam. Let me
Thank
take
you.
the name.
Thank
Sorry.
you very much.
Yes, I'm taking the name.
I thought it was me when you said you.
Of course, yeah, that's Babar Azam is. I mean, this is not good for Pakistan cricket. This is not good for the youngsters. This series is really important. We do understand.
But you know this, that certain players have actually not wanted to play this series, but Babar has forced them to play. You know that, right?
I want you to take the name, please. Please.
Okay, so sources have it. I might not be the one to quote this, but that players like Mohammad Rizwan, Hassan Ali, and certain other players wanted to go on a rest to give youngsters a chance, but the captain said, no, we want our complete side to play.
Only captain or the chief selector?
Only the captain. The chief
All
selector
right.
had nothing to do
Guys,
with it.
it's a
Nothing
big
to do.
news that some of the players like Rizwan, they do not want to play this series, this ODI series, but captain was pushing him.
They said we can go on
Yeah.
rest to give the youngsters a chance, we don't mind.
See, if they want to take rest, this is the right time to give them some rest. You'd have to. Mohammad Rizwan is a player, everyone knows that. He's a match winner player. So there is no need to bring him in the side. You know, 2 wicket keepers are playing. You should give him rest to. Yes, Haris is there, good. Why not Shahnawaz Dhani or Wasim Jr.?
I actually wanted to see Haris with the gloves, but
yeah,
they had.
yes.
Yes.
So also, you know, both of you, I mean, ever since 2017 Champions Trophy, where Hassan Ali was the man of the tournament, he hasn't done well in the one-day format. It's been 5 years now. He's had some terrible
Tournaments
white ball cricket.
Yeah.
Played some not such
But
good
we're a
cricket.
nation known for playing
Yes.
people on one performance.
Yes,
We've
but
done it in
where
the
he's
past.
excelling, he's excelling with the red ball, whether it's domestic cricket, whether it's county cricket,
Yes,
whether
absolutely.
he's playing for Pakistan, he's
Yeah.
picking up a lot of wickets, and he's done exceptionally well. And so you save, you know, just let this person who's doing so well with the red ball test match cricket,
Yeah.
he's done so well, picked up wickets, 5-wicket haul, so many of them. So you just sort of, you know, let him rest. And then Qadir Trophy is coming up in a few months.
Absolutely.
Let him play that. He's going to be going to Sri Lanka. He's going to be playing test matches there.
Then you've got England and
yeah,
then
then
Australia.
you've got all these test matches coming up. So just decide that, you know, he's not for one dayers or white ball format. Let's just let him not play that.
Ma'am, can I
And then
ask you
also-
one thing?
Yeah.
Who's going to decide that?
The player himself.
The player, the captain, the chief selector, the management.
As he is claiming that some sources are telling him that Hassan and Rizwan was not ready to play. Why you guys are pushing
No,
him?
I'll tell you why. Why? Because of the points. Because these matches will then go on and for the qualification.
Absolutely,
These
will go on
count.
to qualifiers.
So the captain would obviously want the best side. So we can't blame him. But you know, I'm just saying that okay, you can't blame him. But for the captain also, it's important to understand that this player is not a good enough player for the format anymore.
But you remember this has
But
happened
it-
recently in the past as well, where Babar made the same mistake in the last test against Australia. And
Yeah.
then he did have a chat with the chairman
Yeah.
who said that no, you need to make strong decisions on your own.
Absolutely, he could have played a leg spinner. He didn't in that test match. He kept on going with the same attack.
Absolutely.
He was a tad defensive, but we still supported him. I'm fine, and we will support him because he's got good germs for captaincy. It seems like he's got good germs for captaincy, and we can't keep changing the captain every now and then.
Then my question is that it means that we do not have confidence and trust on our youngsters. Sitting on the bench, I'm talking about Shahnawaz
I would have
Dhani.
played Dhani.
Yeah.
To answer your question,
Yes.
I would have
You know,
played.
let's
if you
be
are taking
very
this
honest.
decision, then-
I think, to be honest, in the next 6 months, if you're not playing Shahnawaz Dhani, you've destroyed his cricket already. We already saw after the first PSL, he was absolutely ready. We did not take a chance with him, and in the second PSL, his performance went
down.
So
Yeah.
I think we have a clear case over
Yeah,
here.
that's right.
But that being said, Asif, you said the heat will be trouble. What should we do about the West Indies right now?
See, no, you are coming up with Nawaz, Hassan Ali, long debate. See, this is what you require. You require some youngsters who came up like Mohammad Wasim Jr. He was so good against Australia, and everyone was praising. And even Sean Tate, the bowling coach, he said that I have worked him exclusively with Wasim Jr. and he is such a fantastic talent. So, and as ma'am said, Shahnawaz Dhani. So, see, if
I think let's take this question to Heather.
Let's just
Let's
take the question to him. But also, we have an old disease that if someone performs well in white ball cricket, let's put him in Test cricket. If someone's performing better in red ball, let's put him in one
Absolutely.
day.
Heather,
So that's a disease.
please,
Yes.
I think you need to make the decision here that if a person is performing well in red ball cricket and his white ball form recently has not been that good, then why play him forcefully into the side when you already have so many people on the bench who could be some great fast bowlers for Pakistan?
Yeah, that's really, I can understand what's the reason behind it. Because if the Hassan Ali is doing well in red ball, but he's not capable for the white ball, why we cannot drop him? I think it's a bad decision of the Pakistan selection management committee, which has selected the team today. I was always in the favor to give chances to youngsters like Shahnawaz Dhani or Wasim Jr. and even I am in favor to give chances to the players who have performed well in the Pakistan Cup in the last 50 overs tournament in Multan. So I think this is not a good decision of Pakistan team. If they are destroying Shahnawaz Dhani, he was the 2 years continuously, he was the most wicket taker in PSL, but he has not got real chances. Now, other players, they are today, okay, it's a good move that they have put in Mohammad Haris, but still he is on the number 5 batsman. He's a national opening batsman, and you are asking to play at number 5 in middle order. Middle order is just very another cricket. There, the batsman has to make partnership, batsman has to settle on the wicket. So I think we have to understand that a red ball bowler cannot be a white ball bowler always. We have to give the chances to youngsters, and the youngsters are waiting for last 6 months or 1 year already.
I think that's a fantastic point about Haris as well. Heather bhai, thank you very much for joining us. But on a lighter note, yes, on a lighter note, Heather bhai, we do know that England managed to beat Germany. So how's the mood there on the football side?
It was difficult to say. Really, it was a good match. Really,
it was indeed a good match. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you. It's always fun with Heather bhai whenever he's around. We get to talk a lot of fun. But I think fantastic point about Haris, where he's been opening. He's an aggressive opener. Then, of course, dropping him to number 3, 4 would have made a sense. But Pakistan is so solid there that you don't have an option unless you're playing him at 5. And then at 5, how many deliveries he's going to get? What is going to be the intent is another question.
And
that being
the
said,
situation you'll
absolutely. That being said, final thoughts now. Lina, first of all, your thoughts now. The West Indies are cruising. We expect to chase any target.
Haris is an opener, and he has to, when he bats as an opener, he's able to, this is the power play, the 30-yard circle. And in the power play, he can easily go across this. When he's batting as a middle order, fielders will be spread all over. So it'll have some difficulty.
I'm glad.
That's the difference.
I'm glad we had a small plate for Lina. We didn't have a larger plate. We would have gotten a big briefing there as well. But very adamantly put. Your thoughts now,
yes.
finally.
See, I want to see that Pakistan is winning, and I want to see Pakistan winning easily, not like. See, we're not playing against Australia with the full strength. They're the Windies. They're the youngster side. So I think so far Pakistan is not good. So far Pakistan is not good. Wind is playing good cricket.
But Imamul Haq is getting 100 today. You know that. He's been practicing aggressively for the
See
past
Twitter
few
what I've written about you.
See Twitter.
I'm a big fan, by the way.
Yes, absolutely. But thank you very much, Asif and Lina. Great having you guys on the show. It's been a fun show, but it's match day. If you want to catch all the action, it's live on PTV Sports HD in high definition. Go there on PTV Sports, watch the game, and then, of course, we'll be discussing the results tomorrow. From me and the entire team, it's goodbye for now.